Welcome back to Anime Casuals. I'm Lucky.
Here I go! This hand of mine is burning red!
And I'm Michael. Realize the only ones who should kill are those who are prepared to be killed.
Johnny.
Your darkness swallowed up my son? Who decided that?
Erupting! Burning!
Now all of you.
Die.
In 3, 2, Upachow!
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Anime Casuals. I am Lucky.
And I'm Michael.
I'm a Johnny.
And we make up Anime Casuals. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. The casual discussion. We are all back. I am back, actually, I should say. Hopefully you enjoyed last week's episode on cosplays or something like that. Either way. But today we are talking about slacker characters. And
Like Lucky last week.
exactly. I was slacking. I slacked so hard that nobody could find me. I was about to sing a song, and I was like, nope, I can't say that on YouTube. Anyway, anyway, we'll just leave it there. And yeah, since I came up with it, because I wasn't slacking, I will go ahead and go with the first one here. And I gotta just like mention the goat of slackers here. Tanaka-kun from Tanaka-kun is listless. This is I always got to go back to this one because literally it was such a slacker anime that everybody else slacked off. Like these two turkeys literally passed out like while watching this guy pass out, which I thought was just hilarious because I was like super engaged. I was like, what does it mean that he's so listless? And it's like, it really doesn't mean anything. He's just really lazy. Like he slacks off so much that his friend has to carry him to class or else he'll just pass out at a tree and not leave there. So yeah, I mean, you know, if anything, it teaches his friend to have good caregiving skills and all that stuff. But ultimately, we know that Tanaka-kun is a slacker. So that is my first pick. Tanaka-kun is always listless.
Great, because I'm going to take one before either one of you take it, and I'm going to take Anya from Spy Family. She is the ultimate slacker. Because if it wasn't for her dad, her papa, she would do nothing but watch TV and like chill out every day and just live in her own imagination.
Eat peanuts.
Yeah, and eat bags upon bags upon bags of peanuts. Which, you know what, I would say is a good life for her. Like she would probably be a very active slacker, which is kind of not like slackers, really. But she would like be like, what? I gotta study? Nah, I'm just gonna live in my own imagination and pretend to be a spy. But you know, we all love her for that. You know, we love her for her slacking ways because I feel like she's really what every kid wants to be, is like prime child, like imagineering her life. Don't sue us, Disney. And then as well as actually living that life because of her parents. So and kick-ass dog.
Borf.
It's
not his name, but I'm always going to say it should be.
2022. Borf. It's so close to his actual name, Johnny. It's 50% of his actual name.
It's only so far off.
Yeah.
I'll get it changed. Don't worry. So my first pick is going to be on top of the kind of garbage season that Devil of It Was a Part-Timer was. My slackers from that anime as well, and it's going to be Urushihara or Lucifer.
Dude, I didn't know who you were talking about with the first name. I was like, who's Uruchihara?
Yeah, well, I looked it up. That's why I was like, this guy, by name. So, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, Johnny, you're not a slacker. We got it.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. I mean, some guy. He's on a computer. But, I mean, he's definitely a slacker. He's definitely fallen from grace, considering he's a fallen angel. But, man, all he does is just hang out on the computer and spend money needlessly. And that's awful. I mean, in that respect, I guess he's not much of a slacker because he's really good at spending that money. But, man, he could just go to the store or something. Get it. Just stop slacking. Do something more. I don't know. So, Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
Slacker, devil, angel.
That's a good one. I was thinking about that, and then I slacked off, and I didn't remember. So anyway, good on you, Johnny, for not slacking off. My next pick here is actually the inspiration for this whole list is Sato from Welcome to the NHK. By the way, hopefully you guys enjoyed our talk about the last part of that on the weekend talk, or on the weekend, on the weekly review last or on Saturday. But either way, um, Sato has severe social anxiety, and to the point where like he just has not gone out for like a couple of years. Basically, kind of just goes to the convenience store, comes back, and all that stuff. Lives off his mother and father's allowance, which yes, they do say they do call it that in the show too. Um, and like the whole anime is just him trying to get out of this house. But the first episode like is basically just a walk in his life of just passing out in the middle of the day. I mean, dude, it reminds me of the pandemic, dude. When I was in the pandemic, I was just it was rough. But either way, he was just slacking off. He was doing that stuff, and then eventually he slacks off so much that he just starts having hallucinations of his fridge talking to him and all that stuff. And yeah, it gets pretty bad at some points. But and so yeah, guys, don't be slackers out there. All right, learn from Sato, learn from us. Don't be slackers, or else you'll talk to your fridge, and
Yeah.
that's not good.
Don't talk to your fridge, guys.
Don't talk to your fridge.
Don't
do
talk to
it.
your fridge.
So Sato.
Uh, my next slacker, and you know what? I think that like the rest of my list is sort of like slackers, but not really slackers. You know, it's like yeah, they act like slackers, but they also do like somewhat hard work in the background that you don't see, but they act like a slacker every episode. And mine is Tsukishima from Haikyuu. He's the glasses guy. That guy is a slacker like every episode because he's like, do I have to do that? We're gonna lose anyways. Like for so many episodes is he a huge slacker. And he's always kind of combative with his own team, just going like, I just don't see like why we need to get this done. And this short guy keeps telling me what to do, and he's all energetic, and I hate that. And obviously, eventually, he like finds his passion, but until he finds the passion for it, just everything he just does the work, but doesn't like to do the work. And then eventually, like even his buddy, who's like not on the main team constantly, is like, "Hey, I've been working really hard to do this one thing. I can serve, and that's all I can do. But I can serve like this float shot, and it's awesome." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right, dude. It is really cool because somehow you defy gravity. And it's awesome." And then finally, like everybody, like the compilation of everything finally pushes his slacker attitude over the top. And he goes, maybe I do like this game, ooh woo. But like I don't like you guys. And he like walks away. But I mean, like he's got like 100% slacker attitude. Kind of, I mean, I think Lucky gave us this example, Shikamaru. Like, look, Shikamaru really does work hard when he's not on screen. So, it's very similar, like, vibes.
Yeah, that guy was a jerk for a long time.
For a long time.
I didn't care for him. Like, you stay in the back. Sometimes we'll look at you, and you're just smirking at everything.
I think it was the moment where he split his finger or something. Like, he got, like, he tore the skin on his finger or something, and he had to, like, wrap it up with his other finger. Like, that episode where he finally was, like actually hurt that he couldn't, like, play harder because of his, like, messed up finger. And I'm like, that we see underneath your like layer, your onion layers. We see you, Shrek.
My next one is gonna be Kenpachi Zaraki from Bleach, because this man, he doesn't have much going on. He really only does things when he wants to, and as long as there's someone who can fight him and give him a chuckle, which is so weird. And he's such a lazy guy. I mean, he could take care of so many things and do so many awesome, just save so many people. But no, that's not the point. That's not what he's here for. He's just here to ruin people's day by, murdering them. I mean, you know what? Actually, that gives me a question about Bleach, but I can't ask that because that's not what this is about. So, Kenpachi Zaraki, he's a slacker, but, I've heard some things and we're going to see if it happens. Maybe he's a little less of a slacker, but either way, he fights when he wants to. And not really any other time.
Refer back to our weekend talk for that question that might come up.
Maybe.
Or has come up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or you guys already saw that question and you're like, "What is going on?"
Oh,
And this is the question.
oh my God, we can see the future right now.
It's like time
Or
traveling.
witness the past.
Oh my gosh, let's go back to the slackers.
Slack off! Stop looking into the time of things.
Oh man. So next one for me. Well, speaking of Shikamaru, but different person from Naruto. Probably my favorite slacker in that series is Killer B. He is every single time like he's just chilling, and I love the fact that all he's trying to do is get better at rapping. Which I mean, to be fair, he's actually pretty good at. Like, I mean, he spits freestyles on the
Mhm.
like every single time he talks almost. And does it really well in English and in Japanese. But he's always doing that. Like when we first meet him, Sasuke and everybody just catch him in the middle of a shack in the middle of nowhere, you know. And then it's like, oh yeah, maybe. And then like at some point he's like, oh maybe I'll leave. And then Karin finds him. He's like, I guess I'll try and keep going. Then gets captured, and then uses that to escape and go to his master who teaches him how to do anko, I think is what the kind of rap is called, and goes off into a mountain with a small samurai guy with a hatchet and a giant raccoon just to learn how to rap more. And while his brother thinks he is dead, by the way, which is hilarious to me, his brother thought he was dead the whole time, and he's just like, "Gotta get away from my brother, yo, because I need to get those rap flows." And he's just like, "Yeah, I'm out of here." So yeah, Killer Bee is just one of those characters that is like deceptively powerful. Like when you first see him, it's like there's no way this guy can. Oh, he's just tearing apart Sasuke's group. But at the same time, if he had it his way, he'd pretty much just stay in a hut somewhere, just rapping, and then whenever he comes out, he just rap to people. So maybe not as much of a slacker in that sense, but definitely when it comes to his duties as a Jinchuriki, yeah, pretty likes to slack off.
Yeah. My list has some insulting ones on it, so I'm gonna go with the non-insulting ones before I start being rude to people.
Insult who?
You'll find out.
Okay.
My next one is Kurokiba from Food Wars.
It's not me.
My next one is Johnny. He's sitting right next to me.
I thought it was me. That's why I'm insulted.
Johnny Kurokiba. I know Kurokiba is what's her name? Not Arena.
What, her cousin?
Yeah, her cousin's like
The Ice Queen.
yes, the Ice Queen's like right
Yeah,
hand
seafood guy, right?
Yeah, seafood guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kurokiba. He's like got the black hair and the huge puffy bags under his eyes. That dude is like 100% slacker when he's not cooking in every aspect, because he's just like he's kind of a step on me kind of guy. Yeah, like he's just like yes, my liege, I shall do whatever you say. Like it really doesn't matter. He emits no energy. He just is like not lazy, but does not care about anything. And like every time we see him like that when cooking's not involved, even talking about cooking, he's still not there. Like going like, hey man, how you doing? He's like a zombie basically, as long as his lady, his wife is around. But then like once he gets in the kitchen, his other personality comes out and he's like 10,000% energy. But I like seeing that dual personality he has, where it's like, oh yeah, this boy's been working hard since he was like 5, because he had to like get a name for himself in the kitchen. But because he does that, and because he goes so hard in the kitchen, when he's out of kitchen, he's like nothing. He's absolutely zero.
My next pick is
Valentine.
Ayana Koji from Classroom of the Elite. Yeah. It's another one I looked up just to make sure. So
Slacker.
Man, this guy is such a slacker, and he is just owning everybody at this school. Especially from the most recent season, because I just finished the dub. That's why I'm probably mentioning it a bit later. But man, every turn he keeps running into these people who are like, "Ha, I beat you, and now you're going to die." And he's like, "No, you're not gonna beat me at all. In fact, you're dead." And they're like, "What?" And then they are, because he beats them every time. There's no one that can stop him. He's just insanely over the top and thinking so many moves ahead. I mean, I don't know. It's like he's playing them and then playing himself at chess and still beating both. It's crazy. But even still, the whole time he's just like, yeah, I could win. Whatever. Maybe I'll think about it. And I don't know. The whole attitude is like, what? If I don't know. Why don't you? Why don't you just destroy everyone? But hey, reasons. I guess we'll find out. So yeah, Aina Koji.
I don't know why, but that reminds me of what was that anime? The one with the prince who doesn't want to be a prince.
Oh,
It just came out like last year, and he's like strategizing every way to not be a prince and sell off his country. And I don't know, it just reminds me of that guy where he's like,
the guy who made profit off his company.
yeah, and he's like every time he makes a decision, he's like, yeah, this will work, we'll fail here, and then it just works out, and he's like, he's trying to be a slacker, but he's too good.
Yeah.
too good at it, man. Too good at just being there. All right, why don't we do a lightning round real quick? And by the way,
Good.
Johnny, you did not tell me you watched that second season. We got to talk about that at some point.
Oh.
Now that I know somebody else has watched it. But anyway, somebody once told me that the grass was much greener on the other side. Anyway, I have a.
Was this Toriko? Are you about
Yeah.
to tell us about some food that's delicious?
Yeah, it'll put you to sleep.
Danger.
So the first one on my lightning round is Garrus. He is from Welcome to Demon School at Rumikun. He always has a blinder that has eyes on it, kind of thing, and he's always sleeping on top of a cloud. Although I won't spoil it, but when you actually see his real eyes, you're like, oh, that's way crazier than I thought. Then we have speaking of Classroom of the Elite, Koenji. He is this muscular guy that literally every single time they do a class event, he's like, "No, I'm good. I'll see you later." At least with Icona Koji, he's kind of forced to be there, but he's this guy who literally in every single test that they do, where it's like, "Hey, Class D, let's all get together, let's do this," and he's just like, "I'm good. Good luck with that, guys," and just walks away, works out or goes swim laps and stuff. So yeah, I love that dude. Glenn Radar is from Akashic Record of Bastard Teacher, I think is what it's called, which he's just a character that's really, really lazy, very, very good at fighting, but he just slacks off in every other part of it. But one of those deceptively slacking off people because he's very, very knowledgeable as well. This one's kind of like just a joke one, but Zoro literally. Him and Luffy literally are just there to fight. If you think about it, right, the top three fighters are him, Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. Sanji cooks. Everybody else kind of does their own thing. And then Luffy and Zoro's always taking a nap and getting lost. He has no business being on a ship. The only thing he does is fight. At least Luffy can keep directions somewhat and can eat, Well, I guess Zoro can drink, so I guess that's the other thing he could do. And then, of course, Goku. Always slacking off on the fatherly responsibilities. Granted,
True.
He's always there to save the universe, but it's only when it's fun, which is kind of like the Kenpachi thing, where it's like, hey man, this is really, really fun. Excuse me, the universe is about to implode. That sounds like fun, It's just only when that happens, not the raising of his kid, not the betterment of his family. It's just if it's
Raising of his other kid.
yeah, if it's a good fight, let's do it. So if it's training with this kid, he'll probably do it. But that's about it. So either way, that is my list.
You were saying that thing about Zoro, and I just watched a mini, a quick clip of when he has the discussion with Luffy, about how to let Usopp back in the crew.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that was the last time Zoro put his foot down. And ever since then, it's well, we don't have a problem now. It's okay. We're all good. Luffy doesn't have to be a better captain now, or slack off. So now we're gonna be insulting, and we're gonna insult some people for being slackers when they could have been better. And we're gonna start with Ario Speedwagon. That boy did nothing in the entirety of the anime. And I feel
the money.
That's all he was. He was someone's baby mama at that point. All he does is he's an observer for the entirety of all the anime, and even later, with the Speedwagon Foundation, he's just a money cow. That's all he is. He's just he's giving out money left and right. And I'm I'm pretty sure he was there when JoJo got his initial Hamon powers. Why not just go talk to that guy and be like, hey, yo, get me too. I can work with this guy. This guy's gonna be way better than me, but at least I can have a little bit of Hamon to like pass out. You
You already
know,
have your power. It's money.
but you know he's not like Kaiba. Like the rules still apply to him, even though he does have money. So I mean, like, yeah. The second one, for the majority of the anime, is Usopp. Usopp's an immense slacker. One could say that even now, Usopp's still a slacker. Like, well, you know, obviously One Piece knowledge in the most recent episodes, but I mean, like, Nami's, like, I thought was another slacker, but she still does more work than Usopp and actually goes out of her way. Like, if money's involved, she's like, I'll do whatever. I will kill everybody in this city for that dollar. Like, we're good. But Usopp's just like, bleh. We have a very obvious slacker who's Sloth from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. He's the most literal slacker because he doesn't want to do work, but has to do work.
He does the whole like season, doesn't he?
He does, yeah, because he's
always
building
working
the
behind scenes,
the
making
freaking
tunnels
tunnel
and
the whole
shit.
time. Spoilers, sorry about that, but I mean that's a very vague thing. And he doesn't want to do it. We have Soul and the Death Guns from Soul Eater. Soul is a huge slacker because he's always like, man, I don't want to do that. I just want to be a Death Gun already. I'm like, bro, or a Death Scythe already. I'm like, dude, you gotta like do something to become a Death Scythe. And then I think it's only one of Death's guns that's a slacker, the bigger sister. Like, she never wants to do anything either. And then here's my most insulting one, Ash Ketchum. That dude is a slacker. He's only won one tournament in his entire reign as the Pokemon Master. Since episode 1, the theme song says that you want to be a Pokemon Master, you want to catch them all, you want to be the very best. And that boy has never been the very best in his almost the entirety of his run.
That's totally true. I mean, he just said 150. I'll just go to the next island.
Yeah, exactly. He just skips out on like, he's like, well, I could go catch Mewtwo with the 3 legendary birds, but you know, they're chilling, so I'm not going to do that. It's like, no, you're supposed to be a Pokemon Master. That Pokemon Master does not take that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Fair.
Ugh.
My entire list was just Usopp, and you know, you pretty much covered that. Usopp has been slacking around, and I'll be honest, Sanji is getting a little bit close to that on my books too. I know he cooks, and that so he's still not the last, but he's getting there. He keeps just not doing things, and Usopp is just always not doing things. He is just kind of.
You put him in brackets, right?
Yeah.
We got the lower half of Luffy's crew, we got the upper half of Luffy's crew, and you know Sanji's like right here, like he's almost going down to that bottom bracket, but like he's still up there.
He teeters, but yeah, man, Usopp, you gotta do more plant things. I don't know what, but you just gotta do something with your plants.
Smoke up those plants.
Crazy stuff. I don't know. You gotta help out.
Smoke up those plants. He won't be doing anything if he does that.
You smoke up the plants, and you shoot the smoky plants at his enemies, and they don't do anything.
Oh,
there you go.
wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, maybe get some hallucinatory plants. I don't know.
Nice. Also, just a little quick shout out to somebody I forgot, Ictus Lork from Alderman on the Sky. Kind of a slacker, but once he's like once you put his feet to the fire, he was like, all right, I'm actually really smart. So yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say,
his feet.
that girl from what's that neat show? The romance neat show.
Oh yeah, MMO Junkie.
Yeah, MMO Junkie. Like she has every right to be a slacker, but you know she is a slacker for the majority of it.
Yeah, Mori,
she did work hard for
the
Mori Mori.
That's the only reason I know her name.
She was she lived a rough work life and then was like, okay, I'll stop.
Yeah, time to become a slacker. Time to become the one thing that I
Yeah.
can never be at work. And sometimes it happens that way. Either way, guys, hopefully you enjoyed our discussion of the slackers in anime. Remember, of course, you can always check out All Things Casual at the link tree in the info box or the description box if you guys are watching this on YouTube. Also, if you'd like to email us, you can email us at animecasuals with an S, real, REAL, @gmail.com. But as always, guys, don't forget to keep it
Casual.